Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So, today we are discussing more fallout from the Will Smith slap of Chris Rock at the Academy Awards on this past Sunday. And now we are at the end of day 3 of the fallout. And now all of a sudden the Academy is claiming and alleging that they tried to ask Will to leave. That they personally tried to ask Will Smith to leave and he refused. He was a violent black man and refused to listen to them. Do you think that they asked their best actor nominee, who was likely the favorite to win, who they knew was going to win the Best Actor award, was going to be leaving the premises? Do you really believe that? Because the Academy already came out a couple of days ago and said that they didn't have the proper personnel in anywhere near Will Smith for any security or anybody to have him leave in the first place. And furthermore, if you look at the fan footage during the commercial break immediately after the incident, where were the reps? There were, Will Smith's PR people. You saw Denzel Washington. You saw Bradley Cooper comforting Will Smith. You saw Tyler Perry comforting Will Smith. When was this alleged, we need Will Smith to leave? When did that happen? Because I didn't see it. I need to see the receipts. Where's the footage? See, now we're trying to paint the wrong narrative. Now we're trying to make it like, Will was too violent and too volatile to leave the premises. No. You are pissed because you cannot take the heat of the backlash of your peers, of other people, of, your suburban families, of your core demographics that are dragging you. And you want to try to claim that you're going to put all this punishment on Will and that you attempted to do all these things. But if you attempted to do all of these things, you would have said that Sunday night, right after it happened. But the problem is, you did not handle your original statement, which was, we do not condone violence. And then you had another BS statement of 2 sentences on your Twitter account, and people dragged you because it seemed very shallow, very insensitive, like we didn't care because ratings shot up 56% after the slap happened, so you didn't care. But because everybody's been dragging this, even though we're clearly divided in terms of who's right, who's wrong, and what was right and what was wrong, but now you're feeling the pressure that you need to come down on Will Smith, right? But it was your award show that you had the authority, you had the power to remove him anyways, if you truly wanted to remove him. He is your box office worth $350 million, who was the favorite to win Best Actor, and you knew he was going to win Best Actor. So there was no way that you wanted to deal with the fallout of, having to have somebody address Will's absence or, accepting the award on his behalf after he just slapped Chris Rock. So there's that. You guys told Will Smith's reps to make sure he apologizes to the Academy in his acceptance speech and all this other stuff to prevent further discipline. That's what you told his PR people, and that's what Will Smith did when he was emotional accepting his Best Actor award. Don't try to change the narrative now. Don't try to flip the script. It says the following on TMZ. It says, sources who were present at the Oscars tell the TMZ that the 2 Academy officials who allegedly told Will Smith to leave are David Rubin, the president of the Academy, and Don Hudson, the CEO. We were told they were furious at Will, and there was plenty of yelling and heated conversations backstage with Will's reps after the incident. As one source put it, the Academy officials were apologetic. We were also told they told him to leave shortly after the slap. No, See, right there, the update on TMZ, right there, they're already back talking, right? So they didn't tell Will Smith directly to leave. They asked his reps allegedly backstage. So that's that again. What did I just tell you guys? I told you nobody physically went up to Will Smith to tell him to leave the show. So now they're trying to put it on his PR people. Right? They're trying to put it on Will Smith's PR team that, they told, you're trying to tell me that Will's PR team has more authority over David Rubin and Dawn Hudson, who are the president of the Academy and the CEO. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. Either you talked directly to Will Smith and asked him to leave, or you didn't, and now you are trying to throw this on his PR people and trying to save face. And I don't buy any of this. So then it says Will Smith sticking around for the Oscars after slapping Chris Rock is not what the Academy wanted. BS. You knew he was winning Best Actor, but he dug his heels when they tried to give him the boot. That's the new startling claim from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, which fired off a letter Wednesday announcing their board of governors has begun disciplinary proceedings on Will for violating their standards of conduct. In the letter they write, things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. While we would like to clarify, Mr. Smith has asked to leave the ceremony and refuse. Still don't buy it. We recognize that we could have handled the situation differently. That's pretty shocking, especially since the speculation up until this point was that the Academy and the show producers allowed Will to stay until his Best Actor category was announced, which is what I keep saying. That's what happened. Something for which they were heavily criticized. Exactly. If you wanted Will Smith to leave, you would have made sure Will Smith left. I'm sorry. There's security all over that Dolby Theater. You're trying to tell me nobody was close enough to Will Smith to escort him out? If it was really that big of an issue, you like the controversy. Let's keep it a buck. You like the controversy. You weren't sure whether or not it was, fake or real or whatnot, but you knew it was going to get people talking. You knew it was going to get you trending. You knew it was going to get you increased ratings. So you let it ride, and because you knew Will Smith was winning Best Actor. So you did not want the PR storm of, the people who would have wanted him to at least stay to accept his award and this and that, versus having somebody else try to get up and speak on his behalf or speak about the incident or what have you. You didn't want to deal with that PR nightmare. So you told Will Smith's reps that it's fine for him to stay as long as he apologizes. That's what you told his reps. And that's what Will Smith did. He gave an emotional apology, an emotional acceptance speech, and made sure, first and foremost, to apologize to the Academy. That's what happened. So they go on to say this about the whole thing of logistics, consistent with the Academy standards of conduct, as well as California law, Mr. Smith being provided at least 15 days notice of a vote regarding his violations and sanctions, and the opportunity to be heard beforehand by means of a written response. The board further explains that their next meeting, April 18th, they have a decision on this punishment, which can include suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions permitted by their bylaws. One final note from them on what Will did, that Will Smith's actions at the 94th Oscars were a deeply shocking, traumatic event to witness in person and on television. Mr. Rock, we apologize to you for what you experienced on our stage, and we thank you so much for your resilience in this moment. Why did it take you 3 days to apologize to Chris Rock? Seriously? We also apologize to our nominees, guests, and viewers for what transpired during what should have been a celebratory event. See, this is all hogwash. Why is it taking you 3 days, over 72 hours, to address all of this? This is what I mean. You guys had, this whole, we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to go with it until the backlash was too much, until you're feeling too much heat. Now all of a sudden you want to get buck. Now all of a sudden you want to do disciplinary action. Now all of a sudden Will was too angry to leave. We couldn't restrain him. We couldn't get him to leave, except for there's no receipts. Show me the footage. Where is the footage of you asking Will Smith to his face to leave? Because the only people I saw in Will Smith's face was Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington and Bradley Cooper. Where were you guys? Where was security? Why didn't anybody walk over to Will Smith during commercial break and escort him out during commercial break? That would have been the perfect opportunity immediately after it happened. We come back from commercial break, there's seat fillers there. Will and Jada are gone. Of course, the question is now, when did they approach him about beating it, and to what extent did they? Exactly. This right here, I'm going to say it again. The question is now, when exactly did they approach him about beating it, and to what extent do they exist? This is what I'm saying. This is all BS, you guys. This is BS. This is damage control. This is trying to make it seem like we couldn't get the angry violent black man to get out of our theater, so therefore he had to stay, when how many times has there been hecklers in different events at these Oscars, and security is right on there to scoop people out, to escort you right out of that theater. So don't give me that nonsense. He is your best actor, and you wanted him to win that award, and you liked the controversy that took place with him and Chris Rock. See, this is what the problem is now is if they take Will Smith's Oscar, it is going to cause a whole nother uproar, because they're going to demand that you take Harvey Weinstein's Oscars, that you take Roman Polanski's Oscars, and anybody else who's had any type of violent or assault past that has won Oscars on your platform that you guys stood and gave standing ovations to. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy, because depending on how hard you come down on Will is going to depend on how bad the backlash is going to be. Because here's the thing, Will winning his Oscar has nothing to do with him slapping Chris Rock, right? The Oscar is based off of his work in King Richard, which he deserves that Oscar for. The Chris Rock slap is a whole separate incident. See, right now you're trying to make it seem like you're tough and that you're going to expel Will Smith forever from the Oscars, but I'm not buying it, because it says in here that he basically has 2 weeks to formulate his own version of an appeal of the events that took place and why things happened the way that he did, so that there's potential that there's a room for you to give an excuse if you do not go as hard at Will Smith. There's something that's not adding up to me. I don't know about you, but there's something in the milk that's not clean. Because you can't flip-flop like this. You can't give a blanket statement on Sunday and then Wednesday come hardcore like you had all the smoke, like you had all the people ready to escort Will, and he's fighting people off. He couldn't, you couldn't get him to go. There's no footage of that. Don't you think how quickly people got on their phones after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, that there wouldn't people be on their phones showing the fans on Twitter, hey, security is escorting Will Smith out of the Dolby Theater. Will Smith has been removed from the Oscars. You are telling me that there is no footage, there's no receipts of somebody telling him this, because we would have saw it by now. Why haven't we seen it? If you allegedly asked Will Smith to leave, and then in the update, you clarify that you asked his reps backstage. That's not asking Will Smith directly. That means neither one of you were directly in his face to say or do anything. You're pissed about the backlash, about being the lead story on the cable news, because nobody is talking about your show. Nobody's talking about the winners. Nobody's talking about any of the performances. They're all talking about Will Smith's slap, and you feel a certain type of way. But you had the power Sunday night to remove Will Smith if you really wanted to. You didn't want to because he's Mr. Box Office and you knew he was winning Best Actor. And you didn't want the controversy and you didn't want anyone else accepting the award to deal with the PR nightmare that was going to take place. You did not want the smoke. So here we are. Into day three, and now all of a sudden people are flip-flopping. Now all of a sudden people don't have the same energy that they had a few nights ago, where they really tried to diminish this, where they really just tried to say, hey, we don't condone violence and blah, 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 blah. Watch what happens. Watch what continues to happen, you guys. Watch them make it seem like, oh, Will was the issue. Will didn't want to go. Will was the violent black man that refused to leave when we told him to, except where there's no receipts. Where are the receipts? When did you tell him to leave? When did you ask him to leave? And why did the article have to update that you didn't ask Will directly? You asked his reps backstage. When did all of this happen? Because his reps were right by Will Smith right after the slap happened. So when did all this take place? That's what I mean. All this damage control. And now the co-host trying to speak out and say all this stuff now. Where was the energy 3 days ago? Amy Schumer was joking 3 days ago. Oh, did something happen? I was in my Spider-Man outfit. Now today she's traumatized. Even though multiple people have reported that she is actually the person who wrote the joke. So now all of a sudden she's traumatized. But you wrote the joke. What did you think was going to happen? So here we are. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Please react to this. What do you think of now the Academy backtracking and claiming that they had security and everything else ready to go, ready to escort Will Smith off the premises? Come on now. If you had that, you would have did that, but you didn't because you knew he was winning Best Actor. You worked out with his PR people for him to apologize to you to smooth things over. And that he could stay and accept his award. Like, stop trying to fool the people. Don't try to fool the people. You're not going to fool me. I see through the nonsense. So, let me know your guys' thoughts. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.